Mary Beth forwarded to me an email and said, hey, how you been? Haven't seen you in a while. Thought this might be of interest to you. Wish you luck, Mary Beth. And I read the email. It said, Dear Mary Beth, I want to put together a birthday gangbang for my boy, and I'm looking for a cis fag. Got anybody for me? Love, Sir. And I realized I'm supposed to contact Sir to offer my services at a birthday gangbang as a cis fag. Now, let me break that down for you. Now, Sir and Sir Boy. Now, I don't know these people at all, but I know from this nomenclature that Sir is a dominant with a boy who is probably a submissive, and a birthday gangbang means that it is boy's birthday, and boy wants to get fucked. Now, in your circles, this may be unusual, but in my circles, if you have a birthday, a gangbang is pretty much to be expected. You want to be the center of attention, you want a lot of sexual attention. So I've been to and hosted and been a part of many a birthday gangbang. Cis-fag may be an unusual term to you. Let me break it down. Now, you've heard the word transsexual or transgender, right? So trans as a prefix means you're moving from one thing to another, like transportation, right? So that means you're moving from one gender or one sexuality or one sex to another. And that's how we understand that word. Now, when you use the word transgendered or transsexual among your vanilla friends, you probably would contrast that with there's transsexual and there's normal, right? Mm-hmm. And normal means that you're born a gender and you're always that gender, and that's what's normal. Well, over here in my circles, it's not right to say that transgendered is not normal, which would be the supposition of that, right? There's normal and there's not normal, and not normal is transgendered. So those of us who were born in a certain gender and have decided that suits me just fine will say that we're cisgendered. And that means we're not moving from one thing to another. We're staying in the same place. Like the word cisportation. Well, that's not a word, is it? No, you just sort of stay in one place, if that's the thing. Anyway, it made total sense to me. So I contacted Sir, and I said, and fag, of course, obviously, that means that I fuck guys. So I contacted Sir, and I said, I am happy to report to duty. Mary Beth sent your email to me. I am a cis fag, and I'm happy to take part in the birthday gangbang for your boy. Sir said, that's great. We're going to meet in Williamsburg this coming Friday. We'll expect you about 8 o'clock. It should only take a little bit of time. See you there. Now, Sir didn't offer me any photographs or descriptions or further information, but I sort of understood basically where we were coming from. It didn't ask me for any photographs or anything like that. And to me, that is the epitome of hot. Because I've had people fuck me because I'm pretty. Yeah. Having people fuck me because I am just fitting the bill, then I'll show up on time. To me, this is fantastic. So I show up in Williamsburg, promptly 8 o'clock, and I go to the address, and I'm greeted at the door by Sir. Now, Sir is a big, burly fellow, and he's growing in a little bit of a goatee. And for a lot of transgendered female to male, this is like a real demarcation. Once you're on T, you grow facial hair. It's almost like a code in some respects. And Sir says, thank you, welcome to our home. The gangbang is already underway, but let me sort of get you in and get you acclimated. So I'm picking up some steps and into the kitchen, and the fridge is opened, and I'm welcome to have a beer. And there's a side table with some cupcakes and a bowl of Cheetos and some chips. And I open a beer, and I go into the next room where the gangbang is already underway. Now, boy is on the bed, and there's someone with a strap on and a big bustier just fucking the boy and just having a good time. And I'm invited to take off my clothes and jump in when the moment feels right. So I take off my clothes, and I'm leaning against the wall with my beer, waiting for the moment to be right, looking around. Okay, I'm the only cis fag here, the only person here born with a penis, but that's cool, I'm rocking it. And the action is kind of all happening on the bed, and they all know each other. They all know each other. In fact, boy is speaking in German to somebody else in the group, and they're just having some laughs. And I don't speak German, but I'm the odd man out in some respects, but I can do my part here. So I'm drinking my beer, and then at some point, boy catches sight of me and says, "You must be the cis fag." And I say, "Yeah, happy birthday." And boy says, it looks at Sarah and says, "Thank you so much, because, I have never played with one of those," and points at my penis. And I'm just like a gift. I'm just a gift. I'm a life support system for one of these. So Sarah says, "Well, why don't you all step away from boy and let boy have a moment with a cis penis?" And I'm told to sit in a chair with my beer, and boy crawls over and says, "Are you sure you don't mind this? I've never actually held one of these." And he takes my penis in his hand, and he's like studying it. He's like, "Do you mind if I suck this?" And I was like, "No, you go right ahead." And starts sucking my dick. And I'm growing hard in his mouth and taking a view of the room and thinking, this is kind of all right. And everybody's looking at me like approvingly, like, "You're welcome to the club." And I'm invited to fuck the boy. And now I'm aroused on a couple of different levels. One is that, being in a situation which is pretty much anonymous, where I'm just there because I'm the guy with a dick, is awesome. But also everybody's so attractive and so into each other, and this is such a nice thing, and it's such a wonderful thing to be invited into somebody's home to fuck somebody you don't know. But I'm also realizing that from what I'm hearing, boy is slutty enough to have a gangbang on his birthday, but has never actually been with a guy who was born with a penis. Meaning, it's a slut who's a virgin by conventional standards, right? So, boy has just given his first blowjob, although I just saw him give a blowjob, to me. And now I'm going to fuck boy. So I get a condom, and I take boy and spread his legs and start fucking his pussy. And boy's looking up and just having a great time, and boy is a gorgeous girl. I mean, he's like a sort of lithe, athletic body, and the breast bound, and really early on, I think, I don't know, but I assume early on in the stages of transition, just like a boyish haircut. And I'm taking this slutty boy's virginity and fucking away, and then I think, well, let's, let me make this interesting. So we back off, and I pull off the condom, put on another one, get some lube, and now I'm going to take his ass. Because if I'm there, I'm going to do the job, right? And I'm fucking boy, and boy's having a pretty good time, talking again in German, laughing with other people. I think they must be saying, "This is truly the hottest sex I've ever had on a birthday gangbang." But could be saying, "Is this guy kidding?" I mean, I don't know, and I don't know these people. But I'm doing my best. I'm putting in my porn star all, and I'm about 40 minutes into fucking this kid in the ass. Just like, this is how you do it. This is how you fuck a gangbang. This is how we cis fags do it. Take that boy. Giving it my all. It's a show. And I'm sweating bullets after a while, and I'm done for. But as a stud, I don't say I'm done for. I say, "You've had enough." Push him down, take the condom off, go back to my beer, lean against the wall, like, "How you studs doing? You feeling all right?" Ready to fall back and just like somebody else take a turn. So this kind of bulldog fella pulls up, who's fully dressed. I'm the only person who's nude at this whole thing. Everybody's got something on. This guy's fully dressed, and he pulls on this strap-on harness and reaches down and gets this big fucking dick. And it's like this big, thick girth thing that goes out and turns up like this. And screws it on and just starts railing on boy. And boy is totally in his comfort zone. This is what he's used to. He's like, "Yes, fuck me with the biggest strap on you've got." And I'm watching, and this dyke is just hammering boy and completely tireless and great with the hips and just getting it in deep and stuff. Everybody's having a great time watching this, and they're all reaching down for their own strap-ons and getting ready for their turn. Well, I go to the kitchen, I get another beer, pop a couple of Cheetos, say a couple of words to Sir, "Thank you so much, I'm having a great time," and sit back with my beer and watch some more as this goes on for 2 hours. And after a while, just, a couple beers, a little bit more gangbang, I just really have to go. I've done my time. So I, wave at the boy, say so long to all the other dudes, thanks sir once again, and say, hope we get to meet again another time. and head on my way. And I go home, and I pay the babysitter, and I warm up some of the meatloaf that I made for the kids, and I sit down to eat, and I'm just thinking, you know, sometimes at a birthday gangbang, the best cocksmen may really be those who keep their cocks in a box under the bed.